Hey, good morning, everybody. How's it going? Happy Monday. I'm just trying to, I'm all over the place, trying to get this all squared away here and kick this thing off. I'm by myself today. For those who were kicking around on Crypto on the Rocks this past Friday, you know that Joe did his final move yesterday. He's waiting for his internet to get set up today. So God willing, Joe will be back on Wednesday morning when we're live for our midweek check-in, and so be here for that. And yeah, you know the drill. Smack up that like, subscribe, and I think Piper Academy is kind of jumping on in here. Let's, in fact, let me do that. There we go. Turn these things on. And we had some people in a little bit early. Mike checked in early before the stream started. So did Lad. Appreciate both of those guys being here. And Dylan in the house. Appreciate you. And thank you for that, Dylan. I appreciate that. Have a good stream. I'm gonna try my bestest to have a good stream right now. Appreciate that. All set. Chiming on in here. There you go. Alumni rate. Appreciate that. Appreciate everybody heading over from Piper Academy. Thank you very much. BC Port Corp in the house. Safe travels for you, my friend, as you're going to be heading home soon. Oh, Shuby, wasn't expecting you here today. Appreciate you being here, my friend. I did get that finally from my daughter. So, yep. Shuby got me some stuff. I haven't unwrapped it yet, though. We'll have to wait. Maybe I'll do a show and tell a little later this week. Shot glass, and of course my new business cards. Army Piper in the house. Appreciate you being here, and thank you very much for sending everybody over. Much appreciated. LBC, welcome. Appreciate you. Sorry to hear about the scare. Glad everything came out okay with the wife and the baby. Okay. I guess we're going to kick this thing off. Like I said, Joe will be back on Wednesday. Hopefully, well, assuming everything goes well with getting his internet set up at the new place today. He'll be back on Wednesday. So I appreciate everybody kind of jumping on in here. Thank you very much. And you're very welcome, sir. You're very welcome. You know, we're a family here. I get it, you know. Yeah. All right, let's get this thing going. We're going to start with this. Bitcoin banks. Here you go. El Salvador business office talking about Bitcoin banks. Now, this is something that Joe and I actually talked about a month ago. And Bitcoin Ben, I don't know if any of you follow him, links to all of his information are in the description, including this. Including a link to the live stream where we talked about that and all his tweets with regard to this. Basically purchased the bank and has set up what he has named Private Key Bank, basically Bitcoin-based bank. And I'm guessing all the final approvals and so on and so forth have come through now that we see El Salvador going and putting this information out there. Dave Digital in the house. Hey, Dave, you want to know what? That podcast you did on Saturday, awesome. Absolutely awesome. I love the AI that just created the whole podcast, and the fact that you could like literally interact with that and ask it questions. That was amazing. Amazing. I loved it. Okay, sorry. Get off track. It's easy for me to get off track here, especially when you're here by yourself. Next thing you know, be down the road. But anyway, so this is going on. I've actually reached out to Bitcoin Ben to see if I can't get him on Hot of the Line or the Matrix Money podcast to do an interview with him. So hopefully he'll be getting back to me. And if that does happen, watch for that. We're going to try and get him on here for that interview. All right, we're going to keep going with the Bitcoin news, and normally Joe would go do the charts. Obviously, you're not going to get the charts today, but we will look at where Bitcoin is at with regard to price action as we move along. Now, I saw this, and again, links in the description. I love this newspaper article here from the UK dubbing Peter McCormack. Now, he was originally the guy who did What Bitcoin Did podcast. I believe he's turned that over a while ago, probably about a year ago now, to who was his producer, and now he's doing his own thing. And I love this headline here: Can Bitcoin Batman save Bedford? And if you followed his podcasts for any length of time with What Bitcoin Did, you know that let's yeah, that's not happening there, BC. But I appreciate the vote of confidence with regard to that. But anyway, yeah, he used to talk about his hometown of Bedford all the time, and you know, his fights with the you know, establishment government there, and the mayor and all this other stuff. And I remember people talking to him, telling him, "Hey, go be the mayor." And he has a professional soccer team there. They're I forgot what level they're at. I'm sorry, it's been a little while since I've listened to his podcast, but basically he's known for being that Bitcoin team. Some of the players take payment in Bitcoin. He's definitely a Bitcoin maxi, and you know, he uses Bitcoin as a treasury asset for those teams. And the fact that he is trying to utilize this to help build his town. He was talking about potentially buying a restaurant last night. I was listening to the podcast, stuff like this. But I love the fact that, you know, the newspaper, the local newspaper, basically calling him Bitcoin Batman. I think that is hilarious and awesome at the same time. So again, links to all of his information are in the description. If you're not already following him, I think you should. You will get a lot of great information now, although now it's not all necessarily Bitcoin related on his particular podcast. But What Bitcoin Did podcast is still up and running, so you can also check that out. All right, let's keep this thing going here. On the Bitcoin news, Stake and Shake. Now, I like this, and I don't know, correlation, causation, whatever. But according to Stake and Shake, their sales have increased 11% after they started accepting Bitcoin as payments. Now, I don't know. I guess I honestly actually heard Joel Valenzuela talking about it. When he went to the conference, he actually went to a Stake and Shake, paid with Bitcoin, and you know, he said it was very seamless, that kind of thing. But again, for the most part, utilizing crypto payments here in the U.S., we need that de minimis exemption that people keep talking about, but we don't see coming at this point, or at least I'm not aware of it coming at any point soon. So because then you're going to get, I'm glad to see increase in sales for Stake and Shake, but you know, to utilize crypto more for what it's meant to be, it's definitely, you can't be paying your sales tax and then again your capital gains tax, because they're considering it, yeah, property. Now, one more Bitcoin thing before we take a look at the fear and greed. I thought this was amazing. Now, there are none of these. Matter of fact, I never even heard of this, like gas station, whatever, convenience store thing here before this this tweet. But right here, $6.2 billion convenience store chain Sheetz. There you go. I guess it's a pretty big convenience store chain. To accept Bitcoin and offer 50% discount on payments. According to this, they have 700 stores across the U.S. Again, I don't have any of these in my area. Never even heard of them. But as I was doing a little bit more research, it's not every day of the week. I'm pretty sure that they're going to be doing it. I want to say it's been a little bit. I started researching this toward the end over the weekend, so a lot of stuff I've done since then. But I'm pretty much sure it was Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday that's going to be happening. You can get 50% off your gas by paying with Bitcoin. And BC chiming in here saying spending some money as fast food is on fast food is dumb. Yes, I don't disagree. I'd spend some ship. Okay, well there you go. Or XRP, right? No. I don't have my sound effects queued up here at this point, or maybe even some Solana, because we know you like Solana. All right. BC, I just picked up okay, well, there we go. For fast food. All right, we're going to keep going. Let's take a quick look at the fear and greed index. Again, this resets here in about 8 hours, give or take. And we're at 70, which if you look at all this, yesterday 69, last week 64, and a month ago 79. So that was extreme greed. We've been pretty consistent over the last week or so with regard to where we are on the fear and greed index with regard to cryptocurrency. And I'm not going to lie, I expect that this is going to go up a little bit with the price action that we've seen with regard to Bitcoin. Matter of fact, let's zip over to that right now so we can get the current chart. Matter of fact, I'm going to refresh that to make sure that we're getting the current price on CoinGecko here. $119,982, and I've got the 24-hour chart here because, again, I know everybody that's sitting here in this stream right now understands that we've had some price action in the last few days with regard to Bitcoin. Looking according to CoinGecko here, like it topped out at 122,227. Again, every exchange, I know this is an aggregator, but every exchange, varies just a little bit, but definitely up above that $122,000 range. Obviously, a little bit of a pullback right now, and that's, you know what, that's okay. We can't always keep going up. There's the 7-day chart right there. You can see that little spike we just had, and it's been a slow and steady increase right here with regard to Bitcoin price. But if you zoom out to the monthly, look at that. Pretty consistent all the way across the board. We had a couple of good buy areas here coming down into that 112, 113 range. And who knows if it's going to go down there. Army Piper was talking about the max pain if it gets down into that 111 range. So let's see what happens. Let me know what you're thinking is going to happen with this price action. Is it going back up into that 120 range, or are we going down toward that 111? I think we're gonna have a little bit more pullback before we see another move up. That's just my opinion, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old guy on the interweb. Listen, I appreciate everybody keeping that chat active. Thank you to everybody that's here so far on YouTube and on X. Got a bunch of people on X. Appreciate that. X been kind of growing. I really do appreciate all the support there. But we're going to keep moving this thing along. And as always, on Monday, Joe and I talk about the debt and the Doge. And we look at where we were last week and compare it to where we are this week. Now, Joe isn't here, obviously, but this is where we were a week ago. Let me bring this up full screen so you can see that. The debt this time last week was at 37 trillion, 189 billion, and we were at 581 billion with regard to the Doge, which again, I keep saying I'm happy to see that this Doge clock keeps climbing. Granted, it's barely doing about $9 billion in a week with regard to savings that we're starting to see, but I'll take that. Especially considering, you don't have Elon there anymore doing all the stuff that, he was doing. And he's probably a lot less stressed for stepping away from that, to say the least. But here we are right now. Here's the active clock. So we are at 37 trillion, 218 billion. And that is still right in line with that $29 billion weekly average that we are increasing the debt by here in the U.S. and then 590 billion on the Doge clock. Like I said, just around $9 billion in additional savings. All right. I'll tell you what, I guess I haven't gone on too many tangents here. I am like clipping along, and yeah, it's just crazy without Joe here to go and bounce things off. And again, not the chart guy here. So sorry. Maybe I should have tried to get somebody here to do the chart, but sorry guys. Sorry, slacker. That's me. All right. If you haven't already, you know the drill. Make sure you smack up that like button for me. Appreciate that. Share this thing out. Yes. Yeah. All set. Love you, man. But yeah, I'm a simple man. Doesn't it look like it? I'm a simple man. All right, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna take a look at the latest household debt. We're gonna take a look at Coinbase and talk about them becoming a DEX. I didn't even hear about this. BC turned me on to this. I had to go and search it out on Friday, I think it was. He chimed in briefly on Crypto on the Rocks, and take a couple hours off, and things happen. And then we're going to talk about some turnover in the Trump administration, and yeah, go from there. Wrap this thing up. It'll be a quick stream today. I'll see if anybody is going live. Obviously, Joe's not going to be live today, so we won't be forwarding over to him. What is simple wins? Thank you, all set. BC saying that's what I've been waiting for. I don't want to use Meta. Been waiting for the ability to source my own AI. Oh, there you go. There you go. All right. So what's next on the agenda here? So let's take a look at the KBC letter, and they're talking about the household debt jumping $185 billion in Q2. Holy cow. Holy cow. This puts household debt at $592 billion up. So positive plus by almost $600 billion in 12 months. The surge was driven by mortgage debt, which rose $131 billion in Q2 and to a record of $12.94 trillion. So just under $13 trillion. Credit card debt rose by $27 billion. We've seen and talked here on many of these Monday and Wednesday streams that the debt, credit card debt defaults are just at record highs. But the final piece of the pie that the KBC letter points out here is student and auto loans climbing by $7 billion and $13 billion, obviously, respectively there. And I'll tell you what, that's an incredible amount of student loan debt. I feel a certain way about the student loan debt crisis that's going on right now. Auto loans, again, you need a car. I get it. You got to get back and forth to work, whatever it is that you're doing. I completely get it. And what LBC said, smash those likes. Kate Diggity is in the house driving, but listening in. Thanks for being here, Kate Diggity. I appreciate that very much. Kate Diggity, I finally got my shot glass. You actually got yours before I got mine. So there, there is that. Appreciate you for being here. All right, so with all that kind of negative information in mind here, let's take a look at Coinbase rolling out this DEX. Like I said, I took a couple of hours to work a fiat job, and in that frame of time, I missed this whole thing getting rolled out. And BC, thank you for catching me up on that on Friday. Guys on the road dealing with family stuff and still schooling me on Crypto on the Rocks in the live chat. But basically, this is Brian Armstrong's post here saying that they're rolling out a DEX trading in the U.S., excluding New York. Gee, I wonder why. Our goal is to make Coinbase the simplest way to access on-chain markets. I mean, I got a love-hate relationship with Coinbase. I get it, for new people coming in, and especially like when I talk to the seniors in my senior series, which there'll be another video in that series dropping Saturday. I just finished editing it right before this live stream, so we're going to be moving on with that series. But anyway, especially when I talk to them, obviously ease of use with a lot of this stuff with this technology is of importance, and Coinbase, though it's centralized, which is the part that kind of kills me, it does make it easier for this, or excuse me, I was gonna say that generation, my generation, whatever, to those technologically challenged people, to do better and be able to easily get into the space. Enough on that rant. I'll show you. They got like a little 30-second spot here, so I'll just play that, and we'll jump on to the next thing. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. Again, I still utilize Coinbase sometimes, and Base. Base I had never even utilized until recently. I don't know. It was just not something I wanted to even be partaking in. Let's put it that way. Let's put it there. Wait, what's Dylan saying? Joe got his internet done. Oh, excellent. That's great. Should be live in about an hour. Guys, feel free to jump in. Well, I'll tell you what, before we clear out of here, if he's got a live stream set up to go live here in about an hour or so, I will forward you guys, even if I'm done ahead of that, at least you'll have the link and be ready to head over there. I'm glad to hear that his internet got squared away. Sometimes, you know what, you're sitting there, they give you that 4-hour window, they show up, and then it's nothing but issues trying to get that internet working. So I'm so glad that is working. Dylan, thank you for putting that out there. And like I said, if he puts something together, I'll try and get it set for a forwarding. And we got Jesse in the house. If you are a channel member, you know the drill. Uncle Jesse emojis in the chat, please. Jesse, I hope you're healing up really well. Thank you for being here. Much appreciated. All right, so we're going to take a little bit of a, I guess, deviation on things, but in a way it's not really, because it definitely still affects the cryptocurrency space. But in particular, some of the recent turmoil toward the end of last week with regard to the Trump administration. And so at the time, this was breaking news, President Trump has fired IRS Commissioner Billy Long. Besant, who is the Treasury Secretary, will serve as acting IRS Commissioner temporarily while the administration selects a permanent replacement. This obviously per the New York Times. And okay, out of the blue, I guess. I mean, I didn't, or if there was stuff getting kicked around with regard to Trump and the IRS Commissioner, I missed it, didn't see it. And yeah. Oh, wait. Base is amazing. My only problem with Base is there's no actual utility token. Well, you know what? I'll let you know. Like I said, I'm just starting to get into using Base. I'll give you my opinion after I get a little bit of a few transactions on Base under my belt. I've kind of avoided it like the plague. Until recently, I need to actually do a couple of swaps. So, and Jesse's saying his stitches are getting removed today. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully, again, the recovery keeps going well, Jesse. Much appreciated that you're still, while you're recovering, taking the time to be here and do your mod duties, as it were. Not really duties. We appreciate you, man. You, Alexander G, Jay Violet. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Dave Digital is saying Brian Armstrong's interview with Sean Ryan is this is fire. I honestly didn't see it. I wasn't necessarily a fan before that, but now I am. Okay, I guess I got to go check that out. Thank you, Dave Digital. Appreciate that. And yes, absolutely. Who did? Did I say that? Did I do that? Oh well. Anyway, all right, let's keep going. So, to continue the turmoil going on with regard to the Trump administration, we have Bo Hines resigning. And we'll read through this real quick. He was the AI crypto czar guy for the Trump administration. And serving in President Trump's administration, working alongside, he wasn't. He was working with the, czar David Sachs as executive director for the White House Crypto Council. That's what it was. Has been my honor of a lifetime. Together, we have positioned America as the crypto capital of the world. I'm deeply grateful to the industry for its unwavering support. I love this community and we've all built together. As I return to the private sector, I look forward to continuing my support for the crypto ecosystem as it thrives here in the United States. Now, again, I didn't hear anything negative with regard to Bo Hines and President Trump. And now I say it that way because, again, this is the second term for President Trump. And this, in my opinion, was at the heart of a lot of the issues with regard to his first term, where people were just leaving or he was firing them or whatever the case. There was just a lot of turnover. And I get it where, I don't know, this could just be normal at this point, but it concerns me that it's so early in his first term here, or second term. We're what? 6 months in, 7 months in? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into nothing. Tell me what you think in the chat. Tell me what you think. Yeah, boy. Exactly, Dave. Exactly. Oh man. Listen, I got a couple more things for you, and then that's pretty much it. I'm just clipping along here today. But like I said, I'm gonna go check and see if Joe has that stream set up before I leave. So you just have to listen to me babble for a couple of minutes because obviously I didn't do that ahead of time. But again, if you haven't already done so, make sure you're smacking up that like button. Appreciate you sharing this out, trying to continue growing the channel. And you guys have been great. Appreciate all of your support. I truly, truly do. And for those that are hanging out there on X, watching on X, appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. All right, let's keep clipping along here. I saw this and I was like, really? So Ferrari, for those of you who want to go and buy a Ferrari, well, now you can pay with Ethereum. There seems to be a lot going on with regard to Ethereum. We got these altcoin treasuries now, Ethereum being one of the main ones. It's just crazy. We've had great price action with regard to Ethereum over the last, well, let's call it a few weeks. How's that? And, people are still calling for, I saw somebody, I forgot who it was. I was just zipping through news earlier, and they're back on the whole flippening thing. Now, I don't know that that's going to be even a thing, well, at all, and definitely not in the immediate future. But my goodness, there is a lot of activity and buzz with regard to Ethereum these days. There just is. What what? Oh, we're talking about Bo, I'm guessing here. He probably wants to be able to legally make money off anything that he put into the world that hasn't been put into effect yet. BC, I'm with you. I think you're probably spot on about that. And what makes me even think that you're more spot on about that is, if you recall, a few weeks back, on a Monday, Joe and I had Daniel Diaz here. And again, this guy is doing lobbying on literally a daily basis. And he said then during that interview, well, we brought him on to talk about, because at that point, Texas had signed their gold and silver legislation into law. The governor had just signed that. And I guess they put a provision in there that kind of messed things up. So Daniel Diaz was on that live stream to talk about that in particular. But then we were also talking about the Genius Act at that point, because it was working its way through Congress and hadn't made it through and got sent to Trump's desk at that point in time. And Daniel was saying that there are going to be some major changes from the banking industry, he said, over the next 30 to 60 days, which we're already kind of 30 days in at this point. But, we also know how the government works. So what he's thinking might be 30, 60 days, could be 90 or more days. But it kind of concerns me. And now we're seeing these people, these moves, the IRS Commissioner, Bo Hines. It's like, why? What is going on? So BC, when you say this, I'm with you, my friend. I'm absolutely with you. You're probably spot on, and there's probably more coming. Well, we'll see. We'll see what the tea leaves bring as we keep going here. And Jesse, Dylan said that Joe finally got his internet set up and that he was going to try and go live in about an hour. So I'm glad to hear he finally got that internet set up, because remember, he moving over to the new place yesterday and getting the internet set up today. But I'm going to look to see if he's got anything ready to go on as far as the stream is concerned. And again, I'll either put the link in here or I'll try and forward, depending on when he's planning on going live. So that's the sitch with regard to that. Julie, appreciate you being here. How's it going? Can I just tell you, I enjoyed the live stream you did when you were at the naval ships, when you were going through the naval ships. I couldn't watch the whole thing. I had to bail out right after you were showing the statue from World War II, but I love it. It was great. I was enthralled. It had absolutely nothing to do with crypto, but it was great. It was awesome. Techman is in the house. Appreciate you being here, my friend. Thank you. Oh, what did it say? Oh, Joe's stream is scheduled for 30 minutes. Okay, I'll make sure that I forward you guys over. Honestly, I'm probably not gonna be able to last babbling that long, and I wouldn't want to put you guys through that even if I could. But so thank you, Dylan, for keeping me up to date on that. I really appreciate it. And it was great. I know you only had maybe 3 or 4 people watching, or at least when I was there, 3 or 4 people watching it. Hopefully once you got into the ships and stuff, you were able to keep streaming. But it was good. It was good. All right. See, off on another tangent. Let's get to the last item I had here that I thought was, because I know we got a bunch of Cardano fans here. So I thought that this would be worthy of putting this out. Now, this is from Minturn. And Cardano and SUI. I just love saying that name. SUI. Just got linked. A powerful new bridge is now connecting Cardano, ADA, and SUI ecosystems, unlocking direct USDC transfers and expanding cross-chain liquidity. It's powered by Chain, And again, links to all of the things I've talked about today are in the description. So go ahead, check that out on your own. But basically a major integration. And I agree. Listen, Cardano has a lot of things going on. I'm honestly surprised with everything that's going on. The price of Cardano is where it's at. I know that the true believers in ADA are all about like, it's coming. But yeah, and see, ADA gang, there it is. And yeah, love ADA. And absolutely, you know what? I'll reach out to you, or feel free. I would love to do that, Julie. Thank you. And yeah, so definitely good news for Cardano, and just the more they're building in on that blockchain and the liquidity that it's bringing in, I think it's going to be huge. If you did not watch, about 3 weeks back, we had Ada Ace on the Hot of the Line podcast, myself, BC, and Crypto Bedell. And he went through a bunch of stuff, like just tons of information. That guy's probably forgotten more Cardano information than I know. So it was great. I didn't honestly think about putting that link in the description, so I apologize for that. But literally about 3 weeks ago in my lives, go ahead and check that out for the Hot of the Line. It was great with Ada Ace. All right, that's what I have right now for you guys, and I'd just like to give you a heads up as to what we got coming, or what I've got coming for the rest of this week, while I'm trying to go and grab that link for Joe's stream. And, that way I can forward you guys. But later today, 7 p.m. Eastern time, myself and Crypto Bedell will be live, and we're going to be talking about what we're currently doing with regard to income ventures, is what the word I use for the stream, but income activities right now in the crypto space. So I know we're definitely going to touch on some mining. I'm going to touch on some staking. I'm going to highlight what I'm currently staking right now. Some of those may surprise you. And I'm going to make the argument that, to DCA and HODL, or DCA, follow the Piper plan, is also an investment strategy. It is a way to make income. Oh, here it is. I see Joe's stream. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go grab that link, and I'm gonna definitely forward you over there once I'm done. But I still have to go ahead and tell you about the rest of this week. So that's tonight, right now. Myself and Bedell, because though BC is in the chat, BC won't be with us tonight. He's still taking care of his family business that needs to be taken care of with the death in the family. So again, thoughts and prayers out to BC, and safe travels, please, sir. Definitely safe travels. All right, that link is set up. Also, tomorrow night, want to win or you want to have a chance to win. I got to be careful what I say, right? A chance to win a thumb drive, a nerd miner. Then you need to join myself and Jar tomorrow night on the Matrix Money podcast. We're going to talk about mining, a bunch of things about mining. He's going to actually show you how to set one of those up live on the stream. And then we're going to do the giveaway, because he's got another one to give away. So make sure you're here 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, and you can potentially win that. And then Wednesday, again, I'm expecting that Joe will be ready to go on Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern time, for our midweek check-in on the markets. And then you'll get to see Joe do his technical analysis, although you'll be able to see that shortly. And last but not least, what's this? CCM taking a page from the Piper Academy network with all the live streams. Yeah. Thanks, Dave. I'm trying, man. I pretty much like 5 days a week at this point. But I enjoy it, man. I enjoy it. I love going talking through all this stuff, and it's always something different, especially when it comes to like how to align with BC and Crypto Bedell, because we talk sometimes about the different market news, that kind of thing, but there are also additional topics like tonight where we're going to be talking about stuff like staking, mining, that kind of thing. And then when it comes to the Matrix Money podcast, again, we do like to take a look at the markets. We like to talk a little bit about Bitcoin and some of the news. But I mean, Jar is all about the nodes, node mining. He's into all these projects. Yes, he puts out his own videos with regard to that. But man, I'll tell you what, it's awesome because you're live right there between the questions that come in the chat and the questions I have, because I don't do a lot of those nodes. Or actually any of those notes he's doing now that I think about it. So it's great for me as well. And also the Node Factory. Matter of fact, if you didn't see my video about that, go check that out. That's Jar's business where basically you can get shares of like an ASIC miner or whatever other miner or one of these nodes and share in the revenue, because sometimes these things are just so expensive, especially if you're trying to, like, let's say, mine Bitcoin. The first video I did, that's what I did. I got a share on the ASIC miner, and you know what? I've gotten rewards right now. I checked in Saturday, I think, and I had another set of rewards in there, payout basically, and it is what it is all day. And I don't have to host it. I don't have to go and worry about how to do any upkeep, whatever. It's I don't got to worry about it. I can buy a share and they do all the proverbial work. So there's that. And then let's see, Friday, of course, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Crypto on the Rocks. And then, like I said, Saturday, I'll be dropping about 11 a.m. Eastern time, the next in my senior series. Basically, what I'm going to do is start breaking out information about wallets for seniors. I'm going to try and keep it as simple as I can. This particular video that's coming up on Saturday will be trying to explain to them the difference between custodial and non-custodial wallets, and then I'll kind of break it down from there and keep kind of building it out to try and help them understand, because again, boomers, one of the biggest growing demographics coming here into the cryptocurrency space. So watch for that. Matter of fact, just a reminder, channel members, anybody who's a channel member, guess what? You get early access to that. So watch. I'm hopefully going to set that in and schedule it by tomorrow. So as soon as it hits and I got it scheduled, you'll have access to watch that. All right. Let me catch up on the chat, and then we'll be heading out here. Apologies. Got to head out for dinner. Jesse, brother, no apologies, man. I'm sure we'll see you over in Joe's stream. Appreciate you being here. Thanks again. Make sure, take it easy, brother. Heal up. That way you can get back to life as usual. Techman saying, have you used Whatnot? I made a profile on there. Gonna be selling crypto related stuff and other things soon. I have not. I will go check it out, Techman. No problemo. Let's see. All right, he put the updated link. Jesse did for LBC. Thank you, man. LBC. If you're not watching him, if you're not following him, go check him out. And all right, that looks like I pretty much caught up with the chat. So that's what I got going for the rest of this week. I'll see you guys in a few hours when Bedell and I are live and talking staking, mining, DCA, and more tonight on Hodl the Line. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks for keeping that chat active. Much appreciated. And if you haven't already done so, smack up that like button. I know we're heading over to Joe's stream a little bit early, but hang in there. And if you can, CCM raid. I'll take that. All right. Going to be heading out. You have a great day, and I will see you tonight.